Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm going to be playing. I'm playing some new cards and some old cards, but it's a Regidrago V-Star deck, which has a really interesting attack: Apex Dragon. Choose an attack from a Dragon Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. You don't need the energy to use it of the attack you're copying, but you need the Grass Fire of Regidrago V-Star's attack cost. So that's a bit awkward, but it's not awful to power up. Then you have Legacy Star, which is a really interesting ability here. Obviously, it's a V-Star Pokemon, so it's an evolution. During your turn, you may discard the top 7 cards of your deck, and then put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. So obviously, discarding the top 7 cards of your deck is okay. You can grab those cards with the V-Star power, but you are losing some possibly very important resources. So that's a bit awkward, depending how lucky or unlucky you get. But it's a pretty solid V-Star power, but you obviously can't use it to set up your Regidrago, so you can't use it to get the Regidrago itself. So instead, we play for Seal Stone, which you can use on a basic V, the Regidrago V, and then that's interesting because it has an ability that lets you just search deck for any card as a V-Star power. So that it's not as risky. It's very safe, and I'll talk about more of the reason why we play that card later. But in my opinion, Force Seal Stone is really good right now. I think it'll get a little better with the next set as well. Paradox Drift, or maybe it's 151. I believe Paradox Drift has some really interesting tool cards, which look just super cool. The TMs, I've talked about them on the podcast, and soon I believe I will be posting videos about those cards as well. But Regidrago V-Star here is really interesting because you can just copy a number of things, such as Noivern EX. It has an attack that makes you immune to basic Pokemon, which can be nice in certain matchups. I have not used it yet. One thing I want to say is actually I have played this deck 2 times, I think, before this. And then I actually made some changes because I realized it didn't work very well against Path to the Peak, so I had some stadiums. But those went well. Those went very well. And I'm nervous that it's not going to go as well. Sometimes you practice and then you record and then it doesn't go very well in recording. But yeah, the Noivern EX is interesting. And then Dominating Echo, 140. So then you get to stop your opponent from playing any special energy or stadium cards next turn. Obviously, stopping special energy is nice, but stopping stadiums can be really good because now your opponent can't play Path to the Peak. So that's a very solid option if obviously it does enough damage that you need it to do. And you can just afford to do it. But we have some other very solid attacks. Gardenia V, it does have free retreat. I might drop this one, but it has an attack. You discard 3 energy from this Pokemon, which is probably all of them. But then you do a 2/20 snipe to one of your opponent's Pokemon. This can close out games. The free retreat has synergy with Gardenia's Vigor, which we'll talk about soon, but I don't know. I might drop it because another Pokemon in this deck also has free retreat. We also have Giratina V-Star, arguably the main attacker in the deck, and I consider just making a Giratina deck that doesn't have Regidrago, but obviously much less versatility. You do 220, and then you put 2 energy attached to your Pokemon into the Lost Zone, so you can't recover them, but it's not an awful thing to have to do. You often get an extra attachment at some point during the game, and you can accelerate energy, and obviously you can just lose energy from your active if you have to, and it's often like a finisher style attack. And then we have Regidrago V also has an interesting attack, 130 and 30 snipe. It's not amazing, but you will use it from time to time. And the last deck here is arguably again the main attack, Hisuian Goodra V-Star 200. You take 80 less damage next turn. You could also run Duraludon VMAX. I don't personally. I feel like it's not super useful. It's good against a lot of basic Pokemon V and EXs, but you can get away with using Giratina V-Star. You do need to lose the energy, but I don't know. Also, Duraludon VMAX does hit through effects, which can be useful, but again, I don't think that's a huge deal, so I've decided to cut that, but you could replace, say, Garchomp with Duraludon, and that might actually be good. I'm not sure at this point. From there, I play 8 Grass Energy, 4 Fire Energy, so just a pretty normal split. And then we play Gardenia's Vigor. Gardenia's Vigor is a super infamous card in the TCG, but I think this might be the deck that finally makes it work. Gardenia's Vigor is a supporter card that lets you draw 2 cards, which isn't awful. And if you do any cards in this way, which you should, attach up to 2 Grass Energy from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. That, of course, being a Regidrago V-Star. This is the way that we get the energy on. I could run a Leafeon V, which I possibly should, that accelerates energy, but I decided to go very heavily into Gardenia's Vigor. Actually, no, I think I will add a Leafeon V. So I'll mention Leafeon V now. I'm making last-minute tweaks, but Leafeon V is another form of Grass Energy Acceleration. It has an ability that lets you search your deck for Grass Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon, that being Regidrago, and then your turn ends. This is nice if you're going first. Specifically, you can't pull off Gardenias. Otherwise, you need to, if you don't have Leafeon, you need to pull off Gardenias to attack. However, this deck can use Gardenias pretty consistently, but then you have Arven as well as the other primary supporter. We have Boss and Iono, it's just whatever support is. But Arven is really important here. Search your deck for an item card and a tool card. That item card will likely be Rare Candy to power up the Pidgeot engine. Stage 2, free retreat, lets you search your deck for any card every single turn. This can be whatever you need, which is really nice. You can go ahead, set that up with Arven using the Rare Candy, or an Ultra Ball as well if you need that to get the Pidgeot. You can also grab a Forest Seal Stone, the tool I mentioned earlier, and so this is the main use of Arven here. We also have a number of ways to get energies, Energy Retrieval, Superior Energy Retrieval, and a new card, a Letter of Encouragement, which says if one of your Pokemon is knocked out last turn, search your deck for 3 basic energy and put them into your hand. We also have Stormy Mountains, which is interesting, allowing us to set up our basic Regidrago Vs, which is useful somewhat. Escape Rope. Stormy Mountains is mostly as a path bump. But I don't know. I think this list is pretty solid. But I'm nervous. And it's Gardenias. Gardenias is always kind of sketchy. But while loading to the game, I'd love to ask you to subscribe if you enjoyed. It's free. You can undo it at any time. And it helps me a lot as well, and is the best way to show your support. Or commenting as well. Commenting is cool, and I appreciate any comments, or there be suggestions, or just thoughts on the video. And then let's see, my opponent could be running anything. Let's see if the game works. Live recently has been very glitchy. We do get to go first, though. That's nice. Hopefully our opening hand is good. This deck sets up, I'd say, decently. It's somewhat inconsistent, but yeah, you see hands like this are pretty solid. We have energy attachment. We kind of are looking to Gardenia's Vigor. So unfortunately, we'd like another basic. We see our opponent start slacking V, which is really interesting. Hit Escape Rope, which is okay. I'm just going to grab Regidrago V, I imagine. We could actually attack with Leafeon V, but that doesn't seem great. I imagine we go for Arven here. But we could like gamble on Gardenia's Vigor, but that probably won't end well. Slacking V is usually in Arceus. Yeah, Arceus decks, they play Path as well, so we need to watch out for that. Hopefully they don't path to the Picas this turn. So we have Escape Rope. They did path to the Picas, which is unfortunate. They are Ionoing us, though, so that's nice. We lose the Escape Rope, which is a bit unfortunate. Hopefully they don't hit a switch here. We hit Forest Seal Stone, though, which is pretty nice. Honestly, this hand is pretty good. We have Gardenia, so we do have that, which is going to be good. And we can manually retreat. I'm actually only going to accelerate 1 energy with Gardenias here. I could accelerate 2. What are they running? I'll accelerate. I'm trying to think what to do here. The situation is awkward, but it's not. It's okay. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just accelerate 1. That's what we need here. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and force Seal Stone, and I'm gonna bump. Actually, if we bump the stadium, then they can use their V-Star power. I'm gonna use. I think I'll stick the fire on. I'm just gonna grab the V-Star for my own. We can't actually attack yet either because we are going to need some Dragon Pokemon in the discard, which again is another awkward aspect to the deck, but it should be okay. We are going to Gardenia's Vigor after this as well, probably next turn to draw some cards. We can manually retreat. We have a few routes we can go down, so hopefully we're doing okay in this position. Also, Skwovet's interesting. I mean, okay, I need to talk about my opponent's deck. We see Skwovet, which is paired with the Barrel, so that looks like the engine they're going to run. Personally, I think Pidgeot's possibly better, but at the same time, it obviously is a stage 2, which can be awkward. But they're going to Iono us again. That's fine, as they're going to KO Pidgey. Hopefully, you draw into a bit of a better hand. Also, losing Pidgey is not a huge deal, as most of our deck is multi-prizers. Now, we do see another Pidgey of our own, which is good. We can Capturing Aroma. We see them get down Bidoof. And then we see the Superior V. Superior V evolves into, obviously, a Superior V-Star, which is actually one of the starter deck cards, and it moves Grass Energy around. Now, it is not a very good card, in my opinion. And I'm sure most of you would probably agree with that. It's not garbage, but I honestly don't know why it's in the deck. I believe it does less damage than Arceus, and moving your damage around just isn't that useful. So I wonder what they're going to go for now. They're going to grab the Superior V-Star. We can take a closer look. I believe it does 190. Yeah, for grass, colorless. You can move your grass energy around any way you like. You also have Starwinder, which actually will do us and a very solid hit and run attack. So possibly that's part of their game plan. Usually you want to go with Arceus V-Star's V-Star power. But in this case, okay, they're powering up Slacking V. Slacking V hits for 260, which is a bunch. It does not necessarily KO Regidrago V-Star. If there's a good shot, it does. If they have a choice belt, so we'd see a Regidrago V-Star of our own. So we're okay flipping either a heads or a tails here. We do flip heads. I'm pretty sure Goodra V-Star is in deck. It is. That's good. And so trying to think through the plays we can make here. I think I just Ultra Ball away. We definitely Ultra Ball away Noivern and Hisuian Goodra V-Star. So we are going to start walling our opponent so we won't die here. From there, we're going to grab Regidrago V, which we can attach an energy to, and bench the Pidgey as well. And I'm liking this position. I'm not loving this position, but it's all right, certainly. And so we can Apex Dragon, copy Rolling Iron, dealing 200 damage, and we take 80 less next turn. So Slacking will not be carrying our Regidrago V-Star unless they just pull off some insane combo, which is not impossible, but they definitely need to bump Path to the Peak to do it. We see the 4th energy hit there. See another Arceus put into play, and this is a supporter. I'm surprised they play the other Arceus, but in some senses it makes sense. Also, we want to be careful of bumping the stadium because then they will have access to their Starbirth V-Star power, allowing them to set up very well. We are just going to see a Trinity Nova, though. So this hits a decent chunk of damage, but I know it's very scary because now Slacking, I believe, will KO us. Yeah, I think it will just KO us. But it's obviously not good for us to get KO'd. So we are going to take the KO here, though. We hit Ultra Ball. That was not what we needed. I could evolve here. I'll actually just wait. And I'm just going to... Let's see. So if we take 80 less next turn, we're going to have essentially, I believe, 260 HP, which is... yeah, we have 180, so we'll be up to 260 essentially, which Slacking V will just come in and KO us with. So I think I'll just go with Dominating Echo, which will stop them from playing Stadiums or Special Energy next turn, disrupting them just a little bit more. We will actually go down to Superior V, though. Superior V will be able to KO us. I'll just go with Rolling Iron. It really doesn't matter too much, and I'm assuming they're going to send up Superior V, or sorry, Superior V-Star because it has Free Retreat. We'll see. This hand isn't quite it. We might sacrifice the Pidgey again. We'll see. Obviously, you can see the awkwardness of playing a Gardenia's deck now. You could run a Dragonite that accelerates energy as well, which would be really nice here. We should stick a Choice Belt on, which makes sense. So they're going to retreat, just KO us with Slacking. I'm going to send Pidgey. Regidrago V-Star will not live a turn. We need to hope they don't get too lucky off the prizes. In boss's orders, KO our Regidrago V-Star, because then we'd lose the game. So, yeah, Pidgey will sacrifice itself again. It's really unfortunate. Against Underpath, like, we just didn't... weren't able to set Pidgey this game. So, we hit Nest Ball. That is not that good. I'll just evolve the Regidrago, though. I'll stick a Fire Energy on it, I think. We could Nest Ball something out. That probably isn't the play, though. I don't love that. Ultra Ball could be useful at some point, though. I'll just kind of chill here and pass. Then we're going to have to ride this Regidrago for as long as possible. Which, again, is going to be scary, but hopefully we can do it. No, we see them boss doors, so we're going to have to scoop this game up. Unfortunately, we lose the first one, as they were able to set up quite well, even without their V-Star power, because we weren't able to get Pidgeot set up that game. So, yeah, that's part of the difficulty. Under Path, as I said, Path, when testing this game, I didn't play against Path, but... as you saw, it is not good under Path, and we need to retreat 3 times. Hopefully we do it this next game, and we set up a little bit better, because obviously just not getting the Pidgeot is bad. I've been messing around with Pidgeot, and I think it's very good, but clearly in that game it just wasn't. We weren't able to set it up. I think the Arven combo with Pidgeot is very strong, but we'll see if it's really up to the challenge in a meta that's relatively fast, or has Path, right? If you're not a fast deck, you probably play Path, in which case, again, that's bad for Pidgeot, because Pidgeot is arguably the only real multi-prize or rule box engine. There are other rule box engines, kind of. You see Lumineon, Radiant Greninja, Shadow Rider is as well, but Shadow Rider isn't that good right now. I think I already covered Shadow Rider in a video. I will soon, and it's kind of sketchy. But yeah, okay, this hopefully, possibly the Leafeon will be very good as well. I've messed with Leafeon Gardenia's Regidrago before, and we see our opponent start Dragonite. So this is probably Lost Zone, which should be an okay matchup. We want to be careful of our Pidgey. We see them start 4 Sealstone. So strong off the bat, I suppose, because they're going to grab Battle VIP Pass, you got to imagine. But they need a switch as well. They probably have the switch, or they have the Battle VIP Pass in hand. We see them search for something. So Battle VIP Pass, yeah, they probably got that, or they already had it. But I imagine they got it, because using your V-Star power early can be sketchy. It needs to set you up pretty well. We see, yeah, okay, they do have the switch. So this is more of like a traditional Lost Zone start. They're looking to get a few cards in the Lost Zone, and we're just scared that Pidgey's going to die. We can attack with Regidrago V as well. It won't be the ideal situation either. Arven, I don't play for Seals, or I do play for Sealstone, but I don't play Battle VIP Pass, which is something we want to keep in mind. Also, you need to watch what they're Lost Zoning. A Lost Zone's a deck that if you just play normally, things will just go, normal. But then you can pay attention a lot to their prizes and make really interested and knowledgeable plays based on that, or not cards for the prize, but their Lost Zones. And then read into stuff like their prizes, their board state, things like that. But we see they're in a pretty alright spot. We're gonna Arven here. Arven during the early game is not amazing, but it's not awful either. I'll grab Nest Ball as well, I think. And I don't think I'm gonna use 4 Sealstone here. That doesn't seem like the ideal play. I'm gonna Nest Ball. Obviously getting Pidgey up early is gonna be good, and I don't think they have too much disruption. But I also want, I would really like to get the Leafeon V in play as well. So I'm going to play Nest Ball. Leafeon V is in deck, so I think that's more of a priority to allow us to set up. Also, keep in mind with 4 Sealstone, they might be able to bump it with Lost Vacuum. They probably don't play too much Iono, but it's not impossible by any means. So I attach Grass Active here, certainly. I feel like using 4 Sealstone here is a bit sketchy, so I'm just going to Leafeon V and kind of hope. I imagine we'll be okay. I don't expect to get pathed here. So all we need, right now, we're in an alright spot where we're not chilling because we don't have any attackers to copy at this moment. Although we could actually just use Dragon Laser, which is not a huge deal. Because doing 130 and then 30 to the bench is pretty alright in this matchup, especially during the early turns. We want to watch out that our Regidrago V will have lower HP though, and will be within range of Dragonite V's attack here. Interestingly, they attach 4 Sealstone to Dragonite. It's pretty reasonable to expect that they play Choice Belt. Now they can't really attach that to Dragonite V. But as I mentioned earlier, they can use something like Choice Belt to, or not Choice Belt, they can attach Choice Belt after they've used Lost Vacuum to remove the tool from Dragonite V, which will be possibly very useful, but a lot of the time that won't happen. Also, they're not doing anything. Please tell me they didn't crash out. Okay, they didn't crash out. Hopefully I didn't crash out either. Did they? Yeah, I don't believe they used Radiant Greninja this turn yet. They lose a Mirage Gate, which is good for us, I suppose, but that probably means whatever they got. Yeah, they probably hit the Colorless Experiment off that Comfy, so they got something pretty good. Colorless Experiment being the backbone of their deck. And now I don't have Pidgey, and we might not get set up the whole game. It's very powerful, but keep in mind that they can definitely go after and target it. So they have 5 cards in the Lost Zone. They're going to look to get, I don't think they're going to get 7 in the Lost Zone this turn. If they do, we probably lose. If they like Dragonite V, in KO or Regidrago, we definitely lose. But I don't think that's going to happen. That seems very unlikely. You need to pop off insanely. They get rid of a Sableye as well, which is interesting. It's a very powerful late game card. Arguably one of the cards you'd least like to Lost Zone, but it looks like they drew into something they just really needed. I don't know what that was. It could have been they hit double Sableye. Could have been they hit certain energies that they don't play a lot of either. So it's probably something like that. Keep in mind they've used their V-Star power as well, so they can't use Sky Sealstone. Sky Sealstone is very powerful, allowing them to take an extra prize, although they don't necessarily know we're playing Pidgey, so them taking an extra prize won't necessarily be too useful. And that's why we can bench Pidgey, but keep in mind that they might be able to Echoing Horn or Pidgey back into play. And if they do that, then they are able to take an extra prize. I'm thinking they've lost on 2 Comfies. That's not crazy, but it does mean that they're not going to be able to push as aggressively in certain situations. And they're playing things very slowly as well. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. But hopefully that means we get to finish this game. If not, we didn't like attack with it. Okay, they just passed there, which is strange. We hit Pidgeot, and that's a very good card. But I'm gonna Gardenia's Vigor first, I think. Because you just kind of need to draw some cards. And this is where Gardenia's Vigor is not as good of a card. We could accelerate to Leafeon, which isn't awful, but it's not that good either. So I'm gonna get rid of I think Hisuian Goodra and an Escape Rope. We don't really need that right now. We can go grab ourselves out of the deck. Probably that Pidgey. Yeah, that seems nice to grab. We're in a scary position right now, but we are going to evolve our Regidrago, Force Steel Stone the Leafeon. It doesn't really matter where we Force Steel Stone, and then just use Star Alchemy to grab out of the deck a Fire Energy. Obviously, like having to get a Fire Energy as like the big thing. I'm pretty sure we don't have any in the discard yet. We do not. This feels a little bad because it's just a Fire Energy. We're using this once per game insane power to just grab ourselves an energy, but there's times when we have to do it. Actually, it's a surprisingly high amount, and we're going to obviously use a Rolling Iron as that's the only attack, but it is certainly good enough. Also, the Beach Court means that they can't Gust Trap something very well at all. So now we take 80 less as well, meaning that they're going to struggle to go through this Regidrago. Hit Arven, again, another nice card, allowing us to just go ahead and grab that Rare Candy. It depends what they do. They could Iono. Again, they might have crashed out. But I'm not sure. They're playing slowly, but they've been playing slowly the whole time. So it could just be new, or they could have crashed, and I'll be very sad if they crashed. I guess I need to run a game 3 if they crashed. Because we're setting up this game, but they're close. They're close to Radiant Greninja, killing our Pidgey, then putting some damage on probably the Leafeon as well. I could play Leafeon V-Star to evolve it, also be a better attacker, does more damage, and also reduces damage to it. But I don't know. As I said, as you saw at the beginning of the video, I'll just chuck Leafeon V in there. I'm considering conceding because they're really slow, but I feel like that just doesn't feel right. Like obviously you send up Comfy here. So it looks like they did crash out or concede. But like concede like rage quit, not like concede rage quit, which is normal. I don't think I've ever seen someone. It's very unlikely for someone to like rage quit by like just walking away. It's not impossible, but you don't see it too often. They could just be stalling me out as well. They probably crashed. Knowing live, they most likely crashed. So we see them send up Dragonite, which doesn't make any sense, right? Because Beach Court gives everything 1 less retreat. Dragonite now has a retreat cost of 2. All of the rest have free retreat, which is very good. So we'll wait a second. It'll pass the turn over to us. But you see that like we set up pretty well against like most decks. But Path, we don't set up very well. Regidrago's V-Star power could be very good. Pidgeot EX's ability can be very good. So you just want to find the right balance of things. And I have a plan for a really crazy deck as well. I might actually have it posted already. But yeah, they crashed out, it looks like. Or they could have just like left. People occasionally do that, but not as often. That happened a lot in PCGO where people just like stop playing. Did I retreat at all? No. I'm going to reroll this quest. Take 3 prizes. Okay, yeah, there's one we can do. Wait, can I reroll it again? Nope. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll open the next tier of the ladder, hopefully. Assuming we get those 3 prizes, the game doesn't just like crash again. As you can see, live is still not working too well. But yeah, we'll see what we're up against this time. I don't remember what their deck box was. I think it's Charizard coin though, so they could be running the Charizard deck. That is a very common deck right now. In a scary matchup, but I played against it. I might have played against it twice actually. I believe I beat it both times. Let's see, did they win the coin flip? They did, so I'm assuming they're going to choose to go first, as most people do. And yeah, they are choosing to do that. I'm wondering if Raihan would also be a good card in the list. If you're going a traditional build, you play like Raihan, maybe Gardenias, but there are a few different routes you could go down. Regidrago start is good. We see them, yeah. So they are playing a Charizard. Oh wow, yeah, they're all Charizard. Charizard EX presumably, which is so good right now, and so popular. It's free. It's a good deck. It's low maintenance, but it's fun to play. But it's fun as well. I mean, I'd highly recommend you play it as well. I played on my channel for the starter deck, and it's not that bad. But their hand is not that good. So we hit Fire Energy. I'm into Ultra Ball. Get rid of a Fire, and I guess the Escape Rope as well. I could have Gardenia's first. Um, Maybe I should have done that. I should have done that, but I'll get rid of the Escape Rope. So yeah, minor misplay by me there. But hopefully it ends up working out all good because we can Regidrago V-Star power. I'll bench a Leafeon. We can accelerate to it. Leafeon, we are hit for weakness by, but it should be okay. No, we are hit for weakness on Leafeon, I should say. The way I said that was kind of strange. By their fire Pokemon, but it's only one Pokemon. I'm not too worried about it. And then we get 2 energies on next turn, assuming things go reasonably. We should be able to just go ahead and Regidrago V-Star. They could be playing Path though. They could of course also disrupt us, but we see Artizone. Okay, that's pretty good. That's nice. I guess to grab Pidgey. Hopefully we get Pidgeot set up one of these games. We obviously would have that last game, but they crashed. So they are also running Pidgeot, which is cool. Pidgeot's an interesting Pokemon as well. It has 280 HP, meaning that it can be a target for getting KO'd. Both of us can one-shot each other's, and we see they are running Arceus as well. There's actually interesting art of Arceus. It looks very similar to the base art, but it's fine. And a bit of a less attractive super rod art, but yeah, they grabbed the Pidgeot as well. So that was kind of weird. Pidgeot, that's very early for Pidgeot, but who knows? We only play one Iono anyways as a form disruption, and I'm sure their hand's not that like stacked. They're playing slowly again. Nothing wrong with playing slowly, but I hope they didn't crash. So they get rid of an energy and the Pidgeot. That's kind of interesting. They chose to thin that from the deck. There are time zones, right? But there aren't that many time zones, right? Wait, they had Rare Candy. Maybe they tried to like Rare Candy the turn they played it. That'd be very strange though. They're going to get a number of energies in play, and then they're going to start hitting into us. So that's scary, because now we're not in a great spot. They only accelerated one. I guess that makes sense. I probably would have accelerated three to try to thin though. So 180. Yeah, they will KO us next turn. But I'm going to Artizone and just see what we grab. Gardenia is going to be very nice with energy retrieval. We do have the energy on the Leafeon to allow us to retreat that out as well, so which could come in very clutch, or might just come in to bite us. What's that? I don't love these cards. Force Seal Stone will not be useful. Capturing Aroma and Ultra Ball could be quite nice. So I think I'll go for those. Play Capturing Aroma first. See what we flip, and then go from there. I'm not loving this situation, but we'll just see how this goes. We need something in the discard. We need an attacker, I think. I'm trying to think of the best route to go down here. We don't need an attacker. We have an attacker. I need Regidrago. We need an attacker for next turn. Looks like we discarded Regidrago as well. I should have gotten that back now that I think about it. But we can super rod it back. So yeah, I'm not playing my bet. But we need something in the discard. So we need Regidrago in the discard. It's gonna hit an okay amount of damage, which is good for us. And we can go Apex Dragon, just copy the Regidrago V, or we could do Celestial Roar. That doesn't seem too good. Dragon Laser going to be hitting 130, and it is third to the bench Pidgey, which is okay. We could even copy that again to KO the Pidgey on the bench. Keep in mind, Charizard EX does more damage for every prize your opponent's taken. They're going to grab another Charmander, and now they're set up even better. But let's see what they top decked. They're not playing it, so it looks like they didn't top deck much of anything. And we will take that. We could get another Pidgey into play. I don't despise that. It's not super useful, but at least it thins our deck, so I might go for that. Another Ultra Ball as well. I'm really nervous that we're not going to get the energies we need. Oh, we prized the other Pidgey. That's fine. We didn't really need it. How many energies are we down? We're down a lot of fire. Yeah, I guess I'll get it. I feel like I need to get double grass though. Not getting double grass seems very scary. I'll get grass fire We'll see what we draw into. We need to get a little bit lucky here to get a grass. We didn't get it, so unfortunately we just miss out there. I can evolve though. This is where the Pidgeotto might be a nice inclusion in the deck as well. But I'm going to, I could retreat into Regidrago. Here, that doesn't feel too bad, honestly. And then we won't go down, which is very important. Oh, and I forgot we actually... Oh, wait, no, they don't hit our Leafeon for weakness. So I don't know this. I was thinking, like, Charizard is a fire Pokemon. I still always forget that, it's just it's not a fire Pokemon. That's the whole gimmick, and I still forget it. But yeah, we can excite a Grass Energy and grab that out of the deck, and then they hit into Leafeon. Presumably don't KO it. It's not impossible that they KO it. It's going to be very hard for them to KO it, though. They need to pull off some pretty crazy thing to KO our Leafeon here, because Vitality Band doesn't work. They could be playing the gloves, but like, why do you play the weeding gloves? You're like, I really want to hit grass Pokemon for more damage. It looks like they're just gonna grab something else out. Radiant Charizard, that could KO Leafeon. But I don't think it will. I don't think they're powering that up. Maybe they drew into something, but they... Oh, okay, I thought they were attacking there now. But, you know, they're going to draw into something eventually, and we see them grab Manaphy because they're like, oh no, I'm going to snipe with Regidrago, which I can. Which is why Regidrago V's attack is certainly alright sometimes. Yeah, of course we're in a very awkward spot here. We just don't really have the stuff we're looking for. We might need to go for a risky Capturing Aroma play as well. Ultra Balls are just going to be a little bit lacking with this hand unless we can draw some more cards. So any supporter would be a nice top deck. Although we don't really want to Iono them because their hand it's bad, right? It appears to be really bad. But eventually they'll get something. Like, they're just sitting there just thinking, like, what do I do? I'm nervous about the Leafeon being sniped as well, but nothing I can do about it at this point. Hit Pidgeot. Come on. We didn't hit Rare Candy, though. This is where Lumineon would be really good, but I don't run Lumineon. So we really need heads here. We need to be able to KO them, right? So hopefully we flip heads here. We do. Nice. So we can grab, let's see. Hopefully we can grab, no way. We prize the Goodra as well. Come on. Okay, this feels obviously bad, but we can grab Giratina, which will grab the KO. Yeah, they have 200 HP. So Giratina, we'll deal with it, right? And then hopefully at some point we get like Superior Energy Retrieval or something. I'm going to get rid of Ultra Ball Giratina. I think, obviously, you'd like to get the Goodra in the discard, but we really need Rare Candy as well. So I'll grab out of the deck. Like, we need another Regidrago at some point. Noivern's attack isn't that good. It only does 10 more than Regidrago's. So I'll just go for that. Artist Zone. I'll take a look at the deck. I haven't been checking my prices too much, as you can tell. But yeah, hopefully things end up going all right. We get to retreat, and then we do get the KO, which is good. But we are gonna... Oh, we need to get rid of 2 energies from the active as well, because we're retreating an energy off. Or I can go for Snipe again. Oh yeah, that doesn't seem good. I'm gonna have to Regidrago V-Star. We get the KO though, and they don't have too much going on. I think I get rid of double grass. What am I down? I'm down 2 fires, 3 grass, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll get rid of 2 grass energies. We can obviously get them in play easier with Gardenia's Vigor, so I'll do that. We grab 2 prizes. Now we're even in the prize race, but our hand is still bad. As you can see, Gardenia's decks aren't the most consistent thing in the world. But I think there's potential there. I think there's potential. A lot of people think it's bad. I was a long time on the train that Gardenia's is just garbage, but it's not. It's not garbage. It's not great. It's not garbage. It has potential. You just need to figure out how to unlock it. And I maybe should have just gone with Giratina V-Star, which is much simpler. But, you know, both of us are just bricking awfully. I'm going to play Iono. Like, I probably shouldn't play Iono. I should probably just like Leafeon a couple of turns. I'll Leafeon. Like, I want to play Iono to make the video more exciting, but I'm just gonna Leafeon. And eventually we'll get there, right? And then we can possibly Iono at that point before we take our remaining prizes. And we have the attack of, I guess we Regidrago V, which is, like it's actually okay. It seems really bad, but it's okay to use sometimes. We will need to do some, we obviously just need stuff. We see them grab Ultra Ball. I'm nervous that they have Rare Candy in hand. I don't think they have Rare Candy in hand, guys. We see Charmeleon hit the board. They might have Charizard EX in hand, though. I'm going to guess they do, so I don't hate Ionoing here. I don't love it. Like, things are just very sketchy. And we don't want a Regidrago to die, obviously. Rare Candy, let's go. We finally got it. There we go. I think I played 3, and I only played 2 stage 2s. But yeah, we can quick search. We can carry the Charmeleon. That's good. Finally, we grab ourselves, what's in hand? We can probably grab Superior Energy Retrieval. I don't really hate that. Do we have enough energy? I'm pretty sure we have enough energy. Yep. So I'm going to grab Superior Energy Retrieval. And this is a very nice card. Regular Energy Retrieval and Superior Energy Retrieval both have their own niche, and theoretically you can grab them when you want with Pidgeot. So I'm going to get rid of the Pidgey. We don't need that, and I'll also get rid of the Iono. I don't think that's going to be the play. Grab the grass and the fire as well. And we're just going to KO that that Charmeleon with your boy with Regidrago V. They could go out. They're probably not gonna be able to attack the Radiant Charizard either. So I'm gonna boss. I could actually just KO Pidgey here. Maybe that's the play. Charizard EX is gonna be scary, but I think I'm just gonna Apex Dragon, KO the Pidgey here, and save the boss's orders for later. So that's nice. As we get, I don't know why it says we do 0. Like we do 0 damage, which is it's true, but it's kind of a weird way to like show that we didn't do damage. Just you could actually power up Leafeon V. Again, that does hit weakness on Charizard. We see them sort of Manaphy, which is an interesting thing to send up, as this will allow us to do Bench Snipe. We see them power up Charmeleon, which also surprises me. I feel like they want to power up a Radiant Charizard, but they're not. So I can Pidgeot EX now. And I'm wondering what I should grab out of the deck. I'm definitely considering Super Rod, and I think I'll do that. Super Rod is just going to be a nice card for us to allow us to recover. We could recover energy, but then we can, on top of that, also recover the Regidragos. Oh yeah, no, sorry, we didn't prize it. We just discarded them. So I'm gonna get back just 1 Regidrago, the energy, and so we don't need 2 V-Stars, right? We just don't need that. The V has actually been like pretty solid. I keep forgetting because we're like using it as a Regidrago thing to copy. Yeah, wait, no, we need that in the discard still. So I'll just grab these 2 cards back. I could actually have grabbed the Pidgey, but that's gonna get into like stuck and stuff, so I won't do that. And you can Regidrago V. I believe you can copy Apex Dragon with Apex Dragon, but you can't do it forever. It might be equal to the number of Regidrago V-Stars you have in the discard, but at some point it just stops working because Apex Dragon copies like itself. Let's see. I believe, yeah, the bench damage doesn't work. I believe in the past, if you KO'd Manaphy, the bench damage would start to work, but it doesn't. So, like, and as you can see, these games are just a bit underwhelming, which is really unfortunate because the decks are cool, but they're inconsistent. The Pidgeot decks can be inconsistent, and people haven't matched them yet either. Switch. That's scary. They're gonna Iono. Yeah, if Regidrago dies, that's not good. I don't know how much they're doing. I don't think they have it. Oh, Defiance Band. Oh no, this seems bad. They might have the KO. We might lose this game, guys. Oh no, that's not good. I think they're hitting. I think they do have the KO. That's not good. So yeah, we're going to stall, which will be so much fun to watch as we go. Boss's orders, a Radiant Charizard. We can use Letter of Encouragement though. We can accelerate energy, so we're kind of in things, but it's gonna be slow. I'll tell you that. So, or they're just gonna like get out of it. So we're gonna guess Radiant Charizard, which is gonna do a lot of damage to our Pidgeot EX. Or no, I was like, can we one-shot Charizard here with Gardenias? We topped at Gardenias as well. No, we don't. We do we maxed out at 300. So yeah, unfortunately we just don't get there. That'd be like really funny if we went in this all-in 50-50 on Charizard, killing that for game. Unfortunately, we don't get there, and right now you're just gonna one-shot a Pidgeot. So yeah, I'm gonna Letter of Encouragement, grab grass, fire. From here, I'm gonna Pidgeot for Gust, for Radiant Charizard, and hope things kind of go okay. So boss's orders, Gust them up, and we can actually attack them. That's kind of questionable, though. The amount of damage we do just isn't like really the amount we're looking to hit. We do get rid of Artezone though, which can be good. Allows, like, reduces them, stops them like shuffling. And Leafeon V isn't super good here, but I think I just pass. We can retreat. That doesn't really like help anything. So I'm gonna gust the Charizard. They could have game this turn. They very well might. As you can see, things just both of us got off to awful starts. They have game, unfortunately. Yeah, oh, they're gonna they're one shotting us to Charmander. That's funny. And yeah, it gets there. So unfortunately, we weren't able to win that game. We did win the one. They did quit. They did like quit, but we were gonna win that game. Yeah, I believe this deck is solid. I know it's inconsistent though, so I think it's I don't know. I have not gotten Gardenias to work. I don't know how to get Gardenias to work, but we got our challenges, so we get to open a pack. We get to open. Do we get 5 packs? I think we might. No, that's the wrong tier. Oh yeah, we do get 5 packs. Okay, that's pretty nice. Let's see what we get here. But I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said earlier, if you did, I love if you subscribed. And let's see, I was lagging there for a second. Gossifleur, Eldegoss, which you get just for free, which is pretty cool. I mean, this is all free, but you guarantee get it. Oddish, sounds good. Power Pass, we get King Gambit. King Gambit's super cool. Tell me if you want me to play that. I might do a second pull of decks that you want, if you want me to see me play. But that will be one of them. Palafin, we get another one that. I've gotten plenty of those, but 100% get that card. It's very good. And cheap. Temple, Houndoom, you get Eevee. Got Clefairy. I did not know there was a Clefairy in the set. Oh, no, because there's the Clefable EX. And then Claydol. Claydol is questionable, to say the least, but it's a fun card. 3 more packs. Wiglet. Toadstool. We got Dragonair. We got Grievard. None of these cards are particularly good. Trevenant. Better than others. And Scovin. Scovin's interesting. Very good in GLC. It's interesting as a Zoroark attacker. It's not that good, though. Arceus. This is interesting. You shuffle your hand to your deck, draw one more than you shuffled in, which could be good, but probably not. Town Store searches for tools, which is kind of interesting, but not that good. And another Scovillain. Okay, I don't really want another one. Rowlet, Squovit. You got Togetic. Togetic's okay, but you probably play the other Togetic. Drumpig. Again, not great. Thundurus is interesting though. So Thundurus is like a wall Pokemon, but you know what? That's fine. I've gotten most of the cards that I want from the set anyways. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be doing some more stuff similar to this. No, let's not do another game of that. The deck, I promise, it's a solid deck, inconsistent. I haven't gotten the list quite right, and so I don't know. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it though. Gardenia's is very questionable, but it can be very good, right? And I don't know if this is the right partner. Regidrago's right, but I might try it with Giratina, and yeah, so we'll see. Also, I'm not sure what my channel's gonna be like going on in the future. I've talked about this before, but my setup's gonna change. So my setup has changed a little bit. It's gonna change a little bit more. So we'll see how much content I can make. I'm pretty sure I can keep doing it. I'd be very sad if I can't, and I'm sure some of you will be as well. My channel's growing as well. My channel might be at 500 subscribers by the time this comes out, which would be really cool if it's not, But I'm close, right? So I'm enjoying making content, and Obsidian Flames is a cool set. It's honestly much cooler than I thought. I thought it was gonna be really boring, but it's awesome. For now, certainly. But I hope you enjoyed. As always, I'm excited to see you next time.